Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am finishing up my October challenge where I did a page a day in my October daily book that I created. I am trying to finish it all up, so there are 6 on this one. Hopefully it's not too long. I do have these way sped up. You can change the speed with the gear icon if you want to make it faster or slower if you would like. So this one is day 26. The prompt was monster. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I was also watching PM Artist Studio live. Well, I was kind of listening and watching. I was working, so I listen watch. But I noticed some comments in the stream, like of the viewers, and they were talking about ledge characters. I don't know what they're called. Those creatures you can put on a shelf and they look like they're looking over or whatever. That's what this is. So that inspired me. They were talking about how they thought they were kind of creepy. I think they're kind of cute. But so that's what inspired me to create this little shelf guy as the monster in my page. And I'm just using watercolors to colorize him, because that's the quick and easy way. I'm just going around defining his lines, cleaning up any messy marks I made with the watercolors. And I think he turns out pretty cute. I'm going to put him on there. Yes, his shelf is a little crooked. That's because I didn't get watercolor straight across, so I modified that a little bit. Putting a little shading under there so it looks like he's on a ledge. And now we're going to add just a little kitty. Got to add my cat. So this one is hopefully looking up at him, trying to figure out what he is. And I had to redo his head a few times, trying to get it to angle just right and not make the ears too weird. See, there goes the ears. I'm going to go back in with my, I think this is my Faber-Castell artist pen, and just turn him into a black silhouette. Oh, I shifted to the Sharpie. Well, you know, you go for the cheaper products, right? It's a little less expensive, I think. How is everyone today? I hope you're doing well. It's really cold here. I think Halloween is going to be really cold. Kiddos better bundle up warm. Of course, got to put some ground down there for him to sit on. A few little whiskers. I added the word brave girl because, yeah, that kitty's being brave, just sitting there staring at that monster. Okay, the next one, and this one is a little long because I'm coloring it in. I just found this image on the Google and tried to replicate it as best I could. And it's a little kitty in a wolf costume. And the prompt is werewolf. So I thought it worked okay. And it was just a little black and white kitty, gray mostly. Lots of gray. So I'm trying to go from light to dark. I have a tendency to want to just go dark. And so I thought I would try to go from light to dark. And the werewolf is gray too. So it's a lot of gray. That little bowl up there that I'm sharpening my shavings into, I was using some air dry clay to make something else. And I thought, I've always wanted a little bowl. I still need to paint it and stuff, but yeah, it's drying out, and so I figured I'd use it to catch my shavings. And eventually it'll hold hair clips or something. I don't know. Once I paint it and make it pretty. But yeah, I'm just trying to take this in stages, going darker and darker as I go. And I'm not pressing really hard, because if you press really hard with colored pencil and smooth out the paper so there's no tooth on the paper, it won't take any more color. And since I want to go darker and darker, I'm trying to be careful. But I thought he was a cute little guy, so. When I was looking up werewolf, I Googled to get my images or inspiration for my images. I Google, like this one, I Googled werewolf cat. And there's actually a cat that is nicknamed a werewolf cat. And it's really creepy looking. I guess that's why it got the name werewolf cat. I was trying to see if I could see the name. It's Lykoi, Lykoi, and it looks like it's like a rare cat breed that is a natural result of a natural mutation in domestic short-haired cats. Yeah, causing a form of hypotrichia. Anyways, it's like alopecia, so this fur is just like half falling off, and it's very strange. Oh, and the word Lykoi is means wolf in Greek, so it is named wolf. They just make me sad. They look so sad looking. But mine's cute, right? Trying to find the page to put him on. I've only got a few pages left. Just a few. And yes, that was a paper out of a sketchbook that I used the other side. It was just a practice drawing. I figured I'd go in and darken this base area and have it hopefully blend into the ground a little bit. Oh, and then I took marker to it. Oh, and I added, she was herself again. I guess the full moon is over or whatever. I decided to add a moon. Add something extra to the page. I decided to whiten up my moon a little bit there. But there it is. One more day down. Cute little werewolf. Okay, the next one was day 28. It's a character from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, since I didn't see any cats in The Nightmare Before Christmas, I went for the dog. I can't remember his name at the moment. But I saw a little tutorial on how to draw him, so I was following that to try and create him. Probably should have just went on my own, but I thought I would try the tutorial. And it turns out okay. As soon as I add white. Because he's like a sheet, right? At least he appears to be made out of a sheet. I'm just using my white Funsel marker, paint marker, to fill in the white. Then I'll go around it with the black and fix all the edges. And yeah, I can't draw straight. I can't keep a line. It's not a straight line. I just can't stay right on the edge. But this has been a fun challenge. Still have a few more to go, but just wanted to say it's been fun challenging myself to do this and to add a cat to every day. Except for the 31st. I cheated. I did the 31st ahead, and because I didn't want to be posting this after Halloween, so I did do that a day ahead, or 2 days ahead, because I did Dragon today. Dragon was the 30th, and today's the 29th, and yeah, the 30th and the 31st. Plus, I only have 30 pages in this book, so 30 and 31 are on the same page. And yes, he's a Christmas kitty, because this is the Nightmare Before Christmas. I think he's cute too. Touching up a few areas. Trying to make his nose a little smaller. Or her nose. She's got lashes, so probably her nose. I didn't feel like this was like a good composition. Not that any of mine have been like composed in any way, but I felt like it needed something to connect. I don't know, just to, yeah. So I put in a sign that says the North Pole. And if you don't know how long your sign's going to be, you should put the post in afterwards. But I just decided, since it was, yeah, I would just shift it over a little bit, create a little shadow, and that put it more towards the middle. That's what I did. I think that worked. And there, it's a little bit better, right? Compositionally. Still had black ground because, you know, I didn't even think about maybe there being snow or something on the ground. And the word I added is a time of wonders. Adding a little shading. Just with a pencil. There we go, day 28. So day 29 was Mummy. So I thought it would be kind of fun to juxtapose this opposite of my other one. I think that was just Black Cat. Yeah, Black Cat was the prompt for the other one. So this one is going to be a mummy, a mummified cat. And I tried to make them similar. And I let it dry, and I take my white paint pen, and we're going to wrap this thing in bandages to make it look like a mummy. And I've got to let that dry. I decide to add, make it look a little Egyptian. I added an earring and then a gold necklace. My white is a bit streaky, but I think it kind of works for bandages. Some days those white pens work and some days they don't. And then I'm just going around the bandages with a black pen, fine point. I think that just sets it off, I think. I divide some of those bigger areas. Decided he had to have two eyes. Thought it would be a good idea to give him two eyes. somewhere to sit. When the word I added, or the chatter I added, clippings, was to be preserved, be mummified. There they are side by side. I like that. All right, so the next one is day 30, and the prompt was dragon. And day 31 was trick or treat. So we are going to combine these two into one page. I decided that was a good place to put a door for somebody to go trick or treating to. Just make it bright yellow inside. Little glow coming out, right? So now I'm just shading my stairs so that you can tell. I was using the gray, but I decided the black was better. Okay, so we've got to have a cat in this picture. So I decided the cat was the one answering the door. And since he's standing upright, he's kind of funky looking. Well, all my cats are actually funky looking. And I mean, I did draw his face and everything in there, but he is going to be silhouette, except for his eyes. I decided I would keep his eyes, let them glow. Everything else will be silhouetted. It's kind of hard to use the paint pens on that acrylic paint. That acrylic paint is really slick. So now I've moved over to my Faber-Castell. And then I think I grabbed the Sharpie. That's not working at all. Okay, move on to the next one. Back to the Posca. I think I let it dry and give it a second coat so that's good and dark. Oh, pulling out the bigger one. There we go. I'm going to leave his eyes yellow. So here's my dragon. It's a kid in a dragon costume. Yes, I found it on the Google. This time I decided to color with my Faber-Castell pens. They're not really, this paper and these markers aren't really conducive to blending, but I thought I would try to use a variety of the green colors that I have, just to make things a little more interesting. And I thought I would do blue around his eyes, but I think it just looks kind of smeary. It didn't go well. Just do a little yellowish color for his skin. We're gonna cut him out. So close to being done. So I've asked you this already. Did you like this series? Have you seen them all? There's a playlist in the description box below. I will post a flip through of the book tomorrow on Halloween Day. I figured I would save that for Halloween Day. And yeah, this is the last one. Oh, and here we go. Officially for the Day 31, trick or treat, because that's the prompt. We're going to make him a little trick or treat sack. So for all of you who have followed along on this, I really appreciate you. Thank you for commenting. That really helps my channel, and hitting that like button also helps my channel. I do hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have an awesome day. Oh, and the word quote on this one is "went off bravely."